And tonight inside the Amica Mutual Pavilion in downtown Providence, we have Big East basketball. Forget the snow. We're going to warm it up inside. It's Providence and St. John's. Hi again, everyone. I'm John Rooke, along with Joe Hassett. The roads and the snow parted just in time for the parking ban in downtown Providence to be lifted. And, hey, we've got basketball tonight, and it is a big game for both teams.
What happened to Rhode Islanders? Worrying about snow. 5 years ago, we had 100 inches of snow, and everybody, it just became normal. Right. Now you have 5 inches. It's like the world is coming to an end. Come on, we got salt and plows and everything around here. Driving in today was actually really good. I mean, it's the first time there wasn't any traffic pulling in at 5 o'clock. I left an hour earlier. Got here in 20 minutes. I think we need more snowstorms. That's what we need. I mean, come on. Come on.
Are you serious?
I will tell you a funny story. I was in Seattle one time playing as a rookie. And Seattle never gets snow.
Right.
So they got, surrounded by mountains. Outside the mountains, they just dumps on them. But we're playing one time. There's a dusting on the ground.
Right.
And everybody's parking their cars and they want to drive. They're walking home like the Acropolis was coming. I'm laughing. I'm taking my car. I'm flying down the hills, going up the hills. I get home, no problem. Everybody's walking home. I said, man, these people are insane. It's a dusting. There's nothing wrong here. I don't want Rhode Islanders to get like that. We
don't want to get that way. Absolutely not. All right, so the Friars come in tonight, 15-9, 6-7 in league play. St. John's 14-10, also 6-7 in league play. So that right there should be a big indicator the importance of tonight's game. Neither team wants to get stuck in the standings down in the lower echelon. Tonight's a night that really the Friars have to win, Joe.
Well, everybody's jumbled up. You look at the standings in the conference and. There's a lot of movement that can happen here. This is a big game for the Friars. I think it's bigger for the Friars than it is for St. John's. They have a better net than the Friars do right now, and they have an easier schedule finishing up the year. The Friars have to play both Marquette and Connecticut coming down the stretch here. St. John's finished up with DePaul and Georgetown. So this is a big game for the Friars to get to 7-7. Then they have DePaul coming in here on Saturday, and you can get that game, and then you're back right in the hunt with the middle of everybody else. And a lot of game movement tonight. You got Marquette at Butler. That's a big game. If Marquette can pull that one off and beat Butler, now everybody's jumbled up again. So it's a lot of movement here, but this is a game you got to win at home.
All right. The Friars got close, but close only counts in horseshoes and hand grenades, I think as the saying goes. At Butler, it would have been a heck of a game to win without Josh Oduro. Josh will be back in the lineup tonight for the Friars, which is obviously good news. But, the importance of this game really can't be understated. First of all, you lost to St. John's earlier this year at Madison Square Garden. You can't really afford to be swept if you have designs, I think, on playing in March in the NCAA tournament.
It's ironic, too. The last play of the game against St. John's, the Friars were hosed on a call. Should have been a foul on that play in the foul shot. But then the last game, where Corey Flair was fouled by two people, not one going for the dunk. But, in that situation there, though, you got to make your free throws down the stretch, and you wouldn't put it in the hands of the officials, and you don't have to worry about those calls. But I think the last game, I thought Coach Ingles and the staff did a terrific job playing that game to actually be in that game, have a chance to win that game.
Yep.
I mean, Ames was playing a 6'7", 6'6" center the whole ball game. They went with 5 guards in that game and had a chance to win at Butler, a team that's playing really good basketball right now. So confidence-wise, the Friars have to be very confident coming in this one, but you got to be because St. John's, they made 12 3-pointers in their last ball game against Marquette, had a 9-point lead at halftime at Marquette.
And lost.
Yeah, and lost. And Tyler Kolick had a terrific game. He becomes player of the week in the Big East with the finish of that game, just put St. John's away. But St. John's is very capable. They make 3-pointers. They're good defensively, and they got a good big guy. So this is going to be an interesting game.
Friars, of course, as they were losing to Butler, Joe mentioned St. John's lost at Marquette 86-75 after having that 9-point lead at halftime. And they've got a game against Seton Hall coming up. They've also got 3 games left between Georgetown and DePaul. So the easier of the two schedules might be St. John's is down the stretch here.
Oh, no question about it. I mean, the last 2 against those 2 teams you just mentioned. So this is a big game for St. John's. They want to climb up the ladder. They're 45 in the net. And they could make some hay here in the standings. But if the Friars can beat them here, you get a split with St. John. You already split with Butler. You split with Seton Hall.
You get into the quad 1 win, which you need because you lost a quad 2 win when Seton Hall stumbled below 75.
Yeah, and Seton Hall can get right back into that if they win the next ball game at home. So it's a game where a lot of movement going on, and there's so much balance in the Big East. Connecticut is better than everybody else. There's no question about that. But everybody else can be beaten by anybody. So you have to keep playing. I mean, Seton Hall's a team that's 8-5, but they're not out of the realm of catching them too. So hey, the schedule's great, and every night you got an opportunity to keep moving up.
And that next opportunity is tonight, once again, against longtime rivals St. John's and, of course, former Friar coach Rick Pitino. We'll talk about the Red Storm matchup with the head coach of the Friars, Kim English, coming up next. From Learfield, this is Providence Friar basketball.
Milton, Cat, New England Ford Dealers, New England Laborers, Providence College MBA program.
Yeah, the St. John's guys said that was coming, so they're not starting Soriano.
Why not?
Apparently he's dogging it.
Oh.
So Pitino benched him.
He what?
Pitino has benched him, or at least kept him from starting.
Yeah, well.
Yeah. WPRI Channel 12, Audi Warwick, LaSalle Bakery, Rhode Island Medical Imaging, Quality Productions, Capital Grill, High Noon, Coca-Cola, Baycoast Bank.
Well, a few students have showed up anyway. They had no school today, so they should be here.
Right?
Everyone here at the end tonight will receive a Dunkin' gift card. Friar fans, everyone's a winner in Friar Town. If the Friars have 7 assists in tonight's game, one lucky fan is going home with a prize pack, courtesy of the Rhode Island Lottery. Providence Friars Game Day app is your home for Providence College basketball. Scan the QR code that is currently displayed on the video board to download that app. Make sure you turn on the location services to access all game day features, including programs. So scan that QR code on the video board to access tonight's game day program. Friar fans, the next Blue Jays radio show coming up tomorrow, February 14th, 6 to 7 p.m. Don't miss out and listen on the Gold Friars Game Day app.
How about the pass by Galway into the corner? Then Barron, he looked at us before he shot it.
Like,
I was talking to Coach Floyd. I said, man, we were laughing like crazy, hysterically in there. I told him I was looking in there. I said, what you looking at, man? You shoot the ball. He makes a shot, the game's over.
yeah, no kidding.
He's looking at us. I mean, what are you doing? Shoot the ball. Looked like he was in a horse game. Hey, you see me right here?
Presented by Let's Go Friars!
Like Larry Bird, nothing but net.
It was a snowy day today in the capital city.
Off the rafters, off the scoreboard clock, off the top of the backboard, nothing but net.
The Providence Friars host the St. John's
Crazy.
Amica Mutual Pavilion tonight at 7 p.m. on CBS Sports Network and 99.7 FM WPRO. Tonight's game is a rematch of the game on January 10th, game in which the Red Storm withstood the Friars' furious comeback to win 75-73.
First time in over 3 years, huh?
After a tough loss to Butler this past Saturday, it was only the second time this season that the Friars lost after scoring 71 or more points, and the first loss this season when they knocked down 10 or more threes. It was a standout performance for Corey Floyd Jr., who scored a career high 20 points and hit 4 3-pointers. Devin Carter had 18 points, and in his last 10 games, he has averaged 22.5 points per game. At 6 and 7, St. John's is tied with the Friars for a share of 7th place in the conference. They are also looking to bounce back after a road loss, an 86-75.
Marquette up right now?
Led by former Providence head coach Rick Pitino.
Marquette up?
Red Storm are 14-10 overall.
Yeah, I can see Marquette win that game.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, Butler's got home games, but they got tough home games. They got Marquette tonight, and they got Creighton the next one.
That was his first year at St. John's, I think. He only spent 1 year at Fordham.
So they will once again represent Handle Athletics, one of the best Black Rock teams in the East during the WPRO. Follow the team on social media and make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel. It's a big help. Just search Providence College Athletics on YouTube. This has been the Dave's Market Fresh Take of the Week for BC Flyers MVP.
What do you want to do for a matchup?
Well, I think Jenkins is one of their better players.
Yeah, I do too.
And I don't know who will start out on him. I may, either Carter or Pierre. He's been playing Pierre on the point guards, all the good point guards. So I think Pierre against Jenkins to start off.
Okay.
This is a veteran team out here, too.
Oh, yeah.
Providence College Flyers.
That's good. John and Joe back inside the amp. Moments before we tip it off between Providence and St. John's. Time for our Midland Roofing Protect This House matchup of the game. And I think right now, at this moment, Danis Jenkins is probably the go-to guy for this Red Storm team. Everything seems to be rolling through him, more so than Joel Soriano. And we'll talk more about him in a moment. But Jenkins matches up with who, do you think, Joe?
Well, Coach has been playing Pierre on the starting point guard like he did at UConn. And Jenkins is their best player. I really like his game. He played 36 minutes in the last game against the Friars. He was 4 for 5 from three-point range, and he had 8 assists in that ball game. So he was a very difficult guy to guard. So look for Pierre. What he's been doing, Pierre, is he's trying to deny the point guard the ball. So defensively, he's been working hard on the point guard, and they take the ball away from him.
As far as Soriano is concerned, he is not in the starting lineup for St. John's tonight. The first time in almost 3 years that he has not started a game for St. John's. He only had 2 points and 5 rebounds in 17 minutes in the loss against Marquette on Saturday. So instead, Rick Pitino is going to put Zuby Ejiofor, the 6'9" transfer from Kansas, in the starting lineup.
Well, Ejiofor comes in and backs him up in the ball game, so he gives him good minutes out there. He's not the scoring threat that Soriano is, but putting Soriano, I'm sure he's not going to be on the bench very long. Soriano is the leading scorer, so he's going to come out and be ready to play when he gets in.
Well, this little tidbit of information coming from Zach Braziller of the New York Post, who says, over the last 8 games, St. John's has been outscored by 72 points with Soriano on the floor, while it has outscored their opponents by 52 when Ejiofor is on the floor.
Well, that kind of straightens it out why he's not in the ball game maybe to start, because he doesn't guard anybody. But if you're going to come out here, you don't want to play Oduro if you're going to not play defense, because Oduro will wear you out. And Ejiofor might be a guy who can maybe defend Oduro a little bit better.
Oduro will be in that starting lineup for the Friars again tonight after the birth of his son Gabriel, and everybody is in good shape. We're glad to report here. So the Friars have to be looking to get a little bit of an edge back in them tonight, knowing that this is an important game for what lies ahead.
Well, this has been a great rivalry over the years. It's the second most games by the Providence Flyers have played against an opponent. Villanova's number one. St. John's is number two. So they know each other very well. A lot of New York kids go to Providence College, and it's always been a great rivalry in here. So and both teams are good this year. And you got Rick Pitino back in the house. So it should be a fun game.
124th meeting all time between the two schools, and a lot on the line as it usually is. Providence and St. John's from the AMP coming up next. From Learfield, this is Providence Friar basketball.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Amica Mutual Pavilion for tonight's matchup between the St. John's Red Storm and your Providence College Friars. As a celebration of Black History Month, we now ask that you please rise if you're able for the playing of Lift Every Voice and Sing. Every voice and sing till the night heaven ring with the harmonies of liberty. Let our rejoicing rise as the listening skies, and it resounds down as the rolling sea. Sing a song full of the faith that the darkness has gone. Sing a song.
You're going to come back on top of the anthem, so don't worry about it. That's fine.
Let us march on till victory is won. Please remain standing and join our players, coaches, and officials in honoring America and celebrating its freedom. Performing the national anthem tonight is Jeff Thomas. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed, and the twilight's last gleaming, whose cross stripes and bright stars through the perilous night. Oh, the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the light is red over the air, gave room to the night, and our flag was still there. Oh, say Lord has God's faithful
We welcome you inside the Amica Mutual Pavilion in Providence for Big East basketball as tonight the Friars take on the Red Storm of St. John's. John Rooke with Joe Hassett. We talked about it in the pregame. Friars 6-7 in league play. St. John's 6-7 in league play. St. John's beat the Friars 75-73 back on January the 10th at Madison Square Garden. Friars need this one tonight, Joe.
They definitely do. We want to get to 500 and get a split with St. John's, and then move on to the next game. And St. John's desperately needs this game as well. So both teams fighting for that NCAA tournament berth. Big East might get 5 or 6 teams in, at least 5, maybe 6. So you got to get to those spots.
All right, let's take a look at the starting lineups presented by Blue Cross Blue Shield of Rhode Island. For the Red Storm under Rick Pitino, the former Friar coach, in his first year at St. John's, his 36th year of coaching college basketball overall, and of course the first coach as a Hall of Famer to take 3 schools to the Final Four. Starting lineup features Danish Jenkins, 6'4" graduate student from Dallas, transferred from Iona, where he played for Coach Pitino. R.J. Lewis, 6'7" sophomore from Miami, transfer from UMass. Chris Ledlam, 6'6" grad student from Brooklyn, graduate, but a transfer from Harvard. Jordan Dingle, 6'3" senior out of Valley Stream, New York, and a transfer from Penn. And in the middle, 6'9" sophomore Zuby Ejiofor, transfer from Kansas in place of Joel Soriano. So it's Jenkins, Lewis, Ledlam, Dingle, and Ejiofor tonight. The starting lineup for St. John's at 14-10 overall, 6-7 in league play. We did mention earlier, this is the 124th meeting all time between Providence and St. John's. Second longest opponent streak between both schools, actually. Only played one other school that has actually met more times. Friars started the series 66-57, lost at Madison Square Garden, but won here a year ago, 83-80 inside the amp.
And now, let's meet your Providence Friars starting five. And forward in the 6'5" Rangers, number 10, Rich Miller. And off the 6'4", number 1, number 0, in the middle, 6'9" graduate student from Gainesville, Virginia, number 13, Josh O'Doul. And 5'6" junior Andy Ford, number 22.
Man, your lungs are working really good tonight, John.
I think that's a
You
compliment.
know what? I watch all these commercials with hearing aids. I'm definitely going to get one. Would you blow my drums out every night?
I need one too. Blow my own eardrums out every year.
There's a bunch of people who are friends of mine who just like to bust all the time. And if I ever had a hearing aid, I'd never hear the end of it. I'd rather be deaf than listen to people tell me how bad I am with a hearing aid.
Right?
Yeah.
I feel the same.
No way. I said, they get an invisible hearing aid, I'm in.
Oh, my goodness. Heavens to Betsy. We mentioned that the Friars won here at the Amp against St. John's 83-80 last January the 7th of 2023. Friars have actually won the last 2 and 5 of the last 6 that they have played here on the home floor against St. John's. You got to go back to 2017 to find the last time St. John's won here on this floor in this building.
Well, Friars had a good run against St. John's. What they win, like you mentioned, 6 in a row, John, at one point against St. John's. So, Friars need to get a win in a row going right here because this is a big ball game for this Friar team. They battled all year, undermanned, had injury to Bryce, and they just find a way to stay in every single game with a chance to win, and you got to love that. The coaching staff has these guys well prepared every night, and they have a different game plan for each team, and do a good job on the scout, and everybody knows what the other team is doing anyway, but these guys have been executing extremely well at getting you get a W here.
Well, since the Friars took on St. John's at the Garden a month ago, St. John's has lost 6 of 8 games and lost 3 of the last 4. Their only win was against DePaul on February the 6th. So in spite of the fact that they led Marquette, 7th-ranked Marquette, by 9 points at halftime this past Saturday, they still haven't played very well overall of late.
Well, the Friars have lost 3 out of 4 as well, so both teams there, something has to give in this one. Let's see the Friars get off to a good start against this St. John's team. There must be a little disarray going on there right now. They lost their last ball game and were up 9 at Marquette, but Soriano not starting. There has to be some things going on in the locker room, and Rick Pitino's a Hall of Fame coach. He's been around a while. He wants to send a message, hey, this is the time of the season where we got to get it going. And the Friars know as well, this is the time of the season in February you have to start winning games to get to that NCAA tournament berth.
Friars in the home white, black lettering, stripes and numerals. St. John's in the road, red uniforms with dark blue lettering, numerals, and blue and white trim on the reds. The tap is controlled by St. John's in the backcourt. They'll move basket to our left on the radio here in half number 1, and we are underway. The Big East officials are Lamar Simpson, Brent Hampton, and Bert Smith tonight here at the Amp. Lewis with the ball top of the key. Has the ball knocked away. Their ticket went to the floor, got it away, and Pierre comes up with a loose ball. Now Rich Barron fakes, drives, goes all the way through with a reverse left, and Barron scores.
Ticket gains his head out there. I mean, he couldn't get up. He hit the floor hard. Was blocked out, but he did hit the floor.
He dove for the floor, knocked the loose basketball, and it was picked up in the forecourt when the Friars ended up scoring, but I think he got crunched.
I think he did.
He went for the loose ball, dove on the floor for it.
I think he got his bell rung there. He might be a little bit groggy out. Oh, he hit his teeth. The referee just pointed to his teeth.
Oh, boy. So we are literally 23 seconds into the game, and we've already got a stoppage of play here. Corey Floyd is getting ready to come into the game to replace Ticket Gaines. And he is being helped to his feet, and his lip is bleeding. We can tell that from here.
Yeah, I mean, he's been taking a beating all year. He just pops right up, but this one here, he couldn't get up. And that's disturbing.
Gaines 6'7", 190 pounds. Yeah, and he's definitely got a bloody lip there. He's helped up by prior trainer Chris Hageman and prior director of basketball operations T.J. Grams, and escorted to the locker room with a towel over his mouth.
Oh, boy.
23 seconds in, and they lose Ticket. Wow.
Well, he's been such an intangible on this team. He don't show up in the stats, but he's a presence out there all the time. He's in the middle of every rebound. You feel comfortable with him on the floor. He just does everything well.
So the Friars have the early lead, but may have lost one of their better defenders and rebounders on the floor in Ticket Gaines. We'll keep you posted if he pops up on the bench. St. John's will inbound it. Friars are going to have a little pressure in the backcourt, but now will fall off in a man-to-man. And it will be Danis Jenkins into the forecourt with the basketball. So Jenkins runs another point. Friars open up in a man-to-man. Here's Lewis with the ball off the top of the key. Pulls it out to the left wing now for Jenkins. Jenkins is guarded by Carter to start the game. Starts right, cuts left, slides through the lane, goes up the jumper short, and it goes in anyway.
Boy, Carter almost blocked that, too, and he just hung in the air long enough to watch Carter go by. But that's what you want to do, though. You got to have Carter on Jenkins. They want to make him work out there to score.
Jenkins, the second leading scorer on St. John's team at 14.2 per game.
2-3 zone now by St. John's.
Here's Oduro, goes left wing. Pierre gets an open three. Got it!
Oh, that's huge. And he can make that first shot. And he's streaky out there, Pierre, and he gets confident in that three.
Quick pass to Lewis down the floor, and he goes inside. And an offensive foul call on R.J. Lewis as he drove through the left toward the baseline down into the post, and Corey Floyd took the charge.
Good job by Corey getting back on defense. Lewis lowers his shoulder that time.
That's what caused it.
And he was in foul trouble the last ball game against the Friars as well.
That's 2 turnovers and 3 possessions now with the Red Storm. Friars with the ball on a 5-2 lead. Pierre brings it into the forecourt, takes it over toward the left side. St. John's stays in the 2-3 zone. Right wing for Carter, right in front of Rick Pitino. Moves to the left. There's a wraparound pass down low. It gets away, and he tried to hit Oduro. It goes out of bounds.
Yeah, it's not a good pass there by Devin. Oduro just didn't have the position yet.
So St. John's brings it into the forecourt at the right sideline. Ejiofor comes left for Lewis. Lewis against Corey Floyd, the UMass transfer. Now he pumps it under for Ledlum. Back to Lewis, who hits the three. No, missed the shot off the back iron. Carter with the rebound.
Good box out by Carter right there.
Here's Pierre into the forecourt with it. Stops outside the three-point stripe. Finds Carter. Left side. Penetration. Barron. Barron finds Oduro in the lane for a 10-footer score.
Good pass here by Barron. He had the shot himself, but Oduro had a better one. Little floater in the lane. Knocks it in.
Flyers out quick on St. John's. 7-2 lead here. 2 minutes deep. Jenkins bounces to Ledlum, the Harvard transfer. Ejiofor on the high post. Matched up, of course, with Oduro. Ejiofor passes off to the right side. Jenkins brings the dribble around to the left. Stops, pops for three, and rattles it in.
Yeah, he's so good. I mean, Jenkins played for Iona for Patino last year, so he's one guy that came over with him, and I can see why.
He's got all 5 of St. John's points. That's the focal point. Here's Pierre coming off a strain, and there's an offensive foul called on Oduro for setting an illegal screen.
Well, good acting job, too, by Jenkins.
Yep.
He acted like he got mauled on that play. Sometimes you get away with that one.
The first foul on Oduro and the Friars. I'm telling you, Danis Jenkins is a savvy player.
He's a good player. Reminds me of the kid from Connecticut, the point guard as well.
Tristan Newton. Yep, there are a lot of similarities. Out middle of the floor with it is Jordan Dingle, the Penn transfer. Left side, Ledlum gets off the three. A long rebound comes now for Carter. Carter streaking right up the middle of the floor, goes by Ledlum, and it gets tipped away from behind out of bounds.
Going to give him 2 shots, too.
Ooh, they are going to call a foul, and it will be on number 5, Danis Jenkins.
That's the speed of Carter. He got that rebound. 2 guys were ahead of him, and he just blew by him to get to the basket. Jenkins had to reach in and pick up the foul there.
So Jenkins gets his first. 2 on St. John's. And Devin Carter, who's on the Big East honor roll again this week for what seems like the umpteenth time this season.
Well, they should just put a spot for him.
71% from the line of the season, and he misses. Averaging 19 points, 7.9 rebounds per game. He leads the Friars in both categories. He leads the Big East in scoring in conference games at better than 21 per game. And the second shot is good. So he gets one of the 2, but of course we know free throws are what cost the Friars against Butler on Saturday on the road. Friars lead at 8-5. On the right wing for Lewis. Lewis back to Dingle. Dingle gets a screen, drives to the right side, throws up the runner in the lane, in and out. Rebound, Lewis, follow, score off the glass.
Corey's got to box him out. Lewis was way up there. You got to put a body on him. Corey just went to sleep on him, and Lewis gets the rebound.
8-7. Friar lead cut to 1. And they find Oduro in the middle lane. He puts it on the floor around Ejiofor, lays it up, and it rolls off the rim. It doesn't stick. Lewis with the rebound, has the dribble right up the middle of the floor, tipped over behind and stolen by Floyd. Now back to Carter. Carter up the right side, hesitates, drives on Ledlum, backs it out front for Pierre. Pierre swings it left for Floyd, goes left side for Barron. Barron drives to the baseline, looks to post up inside on Jenkins, gets into the lane, and the ball gets knocked loose and picked up again by St. John's.
When Barron starts dribbling too much, that's where he gets himself in trouble.
Here is Lewis, left corner, drives inside on Corey, loses the ball, picks it back up, and then there's a reach-in foul called on Corey Floyd.
He didn't need to do that. He played good position defense right there, got Lewis to back up. But when you reach in, you pick up those cheap ones.
First on Corey, second on the Friars. 16-16 to go in the opening half.
You want to be aggressive, but you want to be smart aggressive. You know, with Gaines now in the locker room, you know, if you can't play anymore, you really have a short bench.
And here comes Joel Soriano into the game, along with Glenn Taylor, 6'6 junior, transfer from Oregon State. So he didn't stay out very long. Taylor has the ball in front of the Friar bench, and he's going to match up here with Floyd. Now Dingle has it off the top of the key, finds Ledlum. Ledlum drives on Barron, banks it up off the rim, no good. Rebound tipped out to Carter. Carter up the left side into the forecourt to our right here in the opening half. Now centers with that dribble, pushes to Floyd, thought about taking it, lobs it to Oduro in the post. Oduro's going to back his way in. There's the double team. They look for it. He spins to the left, kicks the ball out left for Barron, who gets off the three and hits.
Good pass there by Oduro, finds Barron. It's usually his first shot to three. He knocks it down.
So important, though, when the ball goes in and he gets doubled, that the Friars find a way to knock down those open jumpers. Taylor has it off the top of the key, bounces to Ledlum at the left elbow. Ledlum pulls it out, goes right side, driving is Taylor. Taylor gets down to the block, out to Soriano. Free throw line jumper is too strong. Carter sails in for the rebound.
Carter doing a good job on the board so far.
Up before Pierre takes it right through, kicks it off right corner, Barron for three, short. And the rebound is tapped out of bounds. That is off. Oh, my, that's a bad call.
That's a bad call right there. That looked like it was
Soriano's ball, but that came off of Soriano's hands. We saw it all the way down here. How does the official miss that? Timeout for
Official missed the call.
I know.
Oh, man.
15-14 to go in the opening half. 11-7 is the Friar lead over the Red Storm. From Learfield, this is Providence Friar basketball.
And your Providence College Friars. I know a light dusting wasn't going to keep Friar Town at home. We got jam-packed evening for tonight, and to kick us off is a few words from Lord Jr.
Friar fans, thank you so much for coming out. Follow the team on Twitter and Instagram at BC Friars MDB. Go Friars.
And now, please welcome to the floor your Providence College cheerleaders, dance team, and the Pepe.
Yep.
Hope Gaines didn't get a concussion. That's what he couldn't move. I mean, he was rolling around. Hope he didn't get a concussion.
Providence College basketball brought to you by Dave's Marketplace. And we've got our first fresh take of the game, Joe Hassett.
Well, Friars getting some good balance out there. You got Pierre knocking down a three-pointer. You got Carter making a lot of good plays on the defensive end, plus playing good defense down here.
Barron knocked down an early three as well, and that ball went into the post. He gets doubled, which we expected. The double usually comes late, so it's imperative that the Friars knock down open jumpers.
Well, it's important, too, to get everybody to score. Friars have 4 guys who've scored in the first time out here. We've seen where only 1 guy has scored in the first time out. So you're getting some balance out there. Devin Carter rebounding the ball. He's the only guy on the Friars with a rebound, but he's got all 4 rebounds for the Friars, and he's a leading rebounder in the game. St. John's has 3 rebounds. St. John's 3 for 8 from the floor. Friars 4 for 6, 2 for 3 from three-point range. They have 3 assists on their 4 made baskets. St. John's has no assists yet in the ball game, going a little bit one-on-one. Both teams with 3 turnovers. But St. John's hasn't played any man-to-man yet. They're playing that matchup zone, and the Friars being patient, finding the right guy.
So we still haven't seen Ticket Gaines come back onto the floor. He may have had to, he may have had teeth loosened on that particular play where he stole the ball as St. John's got the opening tap, and then he took it away, poked it into the forecourt, and Friars came up with a loose ball, and then he got crunched.
I hope he didn't get a concussion because he whacked his head on the floor pretty hard, too.
Soriano has it in the forecourt. Now comes left for Drissa Traore, who's
Friars in a little zone right now, too, John.
They're going, St. John's going big, and so they pass down the baseline to Traore, who misses everything on the 6-footer, goes out of bounds, and the Friars touched it last. So the St. John's will keep it with 14 to shoot.
Sorry, John. Friars are small out there right now. You got Pierre in the back of that zone trying to get the rebound. So the shot goes up, all 5 guys have to box out. But when you're in a zone, you really don't have a guy to box out.
Jenkins will inbound baseline right. He feeds Soriano, gives it back to Jenkins, who gets off the 3. Too strong, and the rebound for Corey Floyd.
Corey Floyd playing big again, getting that rebound.
Here's Pierre into the forecourt with it on the right side. Now for Carter, who fakes the 3 in the right corner, feeds Oduro in the post. Oduro works his way into Soriano. There comes the late double. He steps through it, kicks it out. Barron is open again for 3.
Same spot as before as Oduro. He's so clever, he gets to double team. St. John's going to double team him every time he takes the ball. And he knows it, finds the open man.
Barron's got 8 of the 14 points on the board. Friars on a 6-0 run to go up 14-7. Ball is tipped by Oduro in the backcourt and then taken back again by St. John's and Jordan Dingle. Dingle drives on Pierre down to the right side, gets down to the post, fadeaway jumper up, no good. Rebound, Barron in the middle of the lane. Pushes up to Carter up the right sideline. Carter crosses to the middle, attacks down low, gives the ball out left corner, faking with it outside to Oduro at the top of the key. Now swings it right for Carter, dumps it off for Barron in front of the St. John's bench. In the middle for Oduro. He spins to the inside, kicks it through left corner. Pierre for 3, hits the side of the backboard. St. John's with a rebound.
Good D by St. John's that time. They got back and covered everybody.
Jenkins, top of the key, drives, dumps it off down low. Traore in the left post, tries to go up and under on Barron, banks it up, off the rim. Rebound tapped out. Friars control with Pierre.
Good job on the boards right there by Oduro using his body.
Pierre settles it down, moves to the left at the top of the key, goes back outside for Floyd. Now finds Pierre again to the right corner. Back to Corey, switches left to Barron. Barron holds on outside the three-point stripe. Deep three on the way, short on that one. Might have been a heat check. Here's Danis Jenkins with it. Jenkins passes down low, finds Troy in the post, turns around with a jump hook, no good. Fires chase down the loose ball again with Floyd. Floyd up the left side into the forecourt, drives all the way down, hands off for Carter, forces the three.
Good
He
job.
got it blocked, and he got fouled.
Good job by Carter right there. He saw him in the air, and he just jumped in, created the contact. Good job, too, by Barron. I was going to say, John, when he went on the fast break, Barron, they thought they could run him over on the post up there, and you can't move him. Barron's a cement truck.
So the foul call on Glenn Taylor, his first, team's third, and 3 free throws coming up for Devin Carter. St. John's, Joe, just 1 for their last 10 from the floor.
Friars playing good defense. I mean, they get down, they challenge the shots.
So Carter's first free throw here is good.
Friars are one of the best defensive teams in the country. You know, when they lack of size, they play great defense out there, and every shot they make, each team they play against have a contested shot. You don't see very many open looks.
They are still 12th in the nation in defensive efficiency as he hits the second one. And Carter now is 3 of 4 from the foul line of the ball game. Rafael Castro comes in for the first time. Garway Dual checks in for the first time as Pierre and Oduro will check out for a breather here with 13:01 to go in the first half.
That's watching Kim Ingles. He was mad at, well, he never gets mad at anybody, but Pierre in the corner the first time he had that three, and then he hit the one off the side of the backboard. He wants to shoot it right away. He says, when he's yelling at guys to shoot the ball. I mean, I did not like to play for this guy.
Carter hits all 3 free throws, a 10-2 Providence run. They have a 17-7 lead on St. John's early. Conway in the ball game at guard here for St. John's as well. He has it on the right side. That's Sean Conway, a 6'4 graduate transfer from VMI. Left corner, back out front now for Ledlum. Ledlum fires off a deep three, no good. Rebound, Carter under the glass.
Guys doing a good job taking away those long shots.
Carter in transition, stops, pops for 3.
Oh, Carter. Man, this is a highlight from a timeout by Rick Pitino. He says, I've seen enough of this.
Devin Carter and the Flyers on fire. 12:31 to go in the opening half. Providence 20, St. John's 7. It's a 30-second timeout, so we'll hold on to it here. But a great run here by PC to open up a 13-point lead.
You know, the Flyers have had a couple of games like this, John, where they started off hot and then they did some substituting and they cooled down a little bit. But Coach Ingles went to some subs right there and they scored 5 points right away. So the offense is in a nice flow right now, and the defense has been consistent all year. So they can keep this offense on track the way they're going right now, knocking down shots. They'll be in good shape. Good Castro in there now. Flyers coaches are talking to him, punching him in the chest, saying, come on, be ready out here. Get us going. Protect the rim out there, and let's get this fast break going.
And they'll have the under 12 timeout coming up in about a half a minute, so he's in there now to give Oduro a bit of a breather. Wonder how Josh is getting any sleep at night.
Well, that's what I was thinking, too. I mean, you know, we're all been new dads. You don't sleep much the first couple of months anyway.
No. My youngest is 28, and I still don't get sleep at night.
Yeah.
St. John's will inbound the basketball. Ledlum will get Jenkins into the forecourt with it. Jenkins hands off to Conway. Ledlum up high. They'll weave to the left. Naheem Elaine, the UConn transfer, into the game. Driving right as Jenkins goes all the way to the hoop. He got fouled on his way.
I think Garway Duo might have reached in
and got him. Yeah, but it is on Garway, his first, team's third.
Garway's got to realize when Jenkins is turning the corner on Devin Carter. So what? Devin Carter recovers better than anybody, and he'll come in from the back and block the shot. So you don't want to reach in there and bail him out. Devin Carter can play anybody straight up. He doesn't need any help.
Jenkins gets 2 shots at the foul line here, and his first one is good.
Good thing St. John's has Jenkins. I mean, he's the only guy that can really score right now.
He's got 6 of their 8 points in the first 7.5 minutes of this game.
I watched him last year playing for Iona. I mean, he's a very good player. He's a clutch player, too.
Second shot for Jenkins is good. That's their first points in 4.5 minutes. Makes it 20-9. Friars will inbound it, and St. John's go a little pressure in the backcourt. Pierre has it. Jenkins is guarding him. And he spins to the right, and he finds Duval at the mid-floor line, goes right back to Jaden, who crosses. Now Pierre goes left for Carter. Carter dumps it off, middle of the floor for Duval, pushes right for Pierre. Pierre looks to the post. They're going to drive to the left, gets to the foul line, kicks it through. Duval fakes it, pulls it out, 8 to shoot. Up high, now Carter with 6 to shoot. Carter looking for a screen, drives to the right, gets to the baseline with 2, with 1 at the buzzer. The shot goes in!
Corey Floyd made that a good pass there by Carter as they came and double-teamed him. Gets it off right at the shot clock. Good D by St. John's, but wasn't good enough.
First basket for Corey Floyd in the ball game. Ball is tipped away at the top of the key as it was Castro reaching in, trying to snatch it away from Joel Soriano. And Castro gets called for the foul. We got a timeout with 11:38 to go in the first half. Providence 22 and St. John's 9. From Learfield, this is Providence Friar basketball.
Too many cheap fouls, man. What are you doing reaching in? You don't need to do that.
Yep.
You know, I put this team on the line, man. They can't score. They stop fouling and put them on the line.
Yep. I mean, Kim was right in front of me. I didn't see that last shot at all. What are you going to do?
I'm here with my man Teddy, who will have to guess the correct Flyer player on the video board using only their baby picture. Everybody turn your attention to the screen and let's play along. Teddy's got an answer for us. Let's see what he is. Conway Duval. Is he right? And he's right. Give it up for Teddy, everyone. Once again, that was a guess the spot trivia question.
Thanks.
By Denzel, my man Teddy's going on with the Flyer prize.
Yep. Hey, Gaines is back.
What?
Gaines is back.
Oh, good. He's tough, man.
John and Joe back inside the amp. Providence College basketball brought to you by Finetco, a family of lumberyards. And some good news as Ticket Gaines pops back out of the bench and starts slapping 5 with everybody. So it looks like he could be ready to go back into the ball game in the not too distant future.
You know, he's so tough. I mean, he's only been here a year, but he's a quiet leader on the team. I mean, the guys all defer to him. I mean, he's the type of guy that he just does the things that most guys don't do. I mean, he gets in the teeth of things and he dives on the floor. He's getting rebounds. I mean, consider the last game against Butler. He played center the whole second half. He's 6'6", playing against a big, bulky Butler team, and the Friars had a chance to win that game. So having Gaines back is nice to see. Stats here, though. Friars doing a good job shooting the ball. Friars are 7 for 11 from the floor in this one, 4 for 7 from 3, 4 for 5 from the foul line, 9 rebounds, all defensive rebounds. They haven't had an offensive rebound yet. St. John's struggling shooting the ball, 3 for 14. Jenkins has 2 of those 3. 2 of those 3 are field goals, 1 for 5 from three-point range, 2 of 2 from the line. They have 6 rebounds, 2 of those offensive rebounds. No assists for St. John's right now, so a lot of one-on-one basketball for St. John's. Each team has 3 turnovers. You know, the Friars the last 2 games, John, they had 8 turnovers and 11 turnovers. So they've done a good job of taking care of the ball.
Joshua Duro is back in the lineup. So you've got Pierre, Carter, Duro, Duval, and Floyd, the 5 on the floor right now. Jenkins will inbound it from the near side here in the forecourt to our left for St. John's. And he gets it there to Joel Soriano.
Friars a little zone themselves now. 1-2-2. Matchups.
Left. Finds Conway. They left him alone for 3, and the VMI transferred and nails it.
Oh, you can't leave him open.
He only averages about 2 points per game, but that's what he was known for at VMI, was shooting that deep 3. And
he doesn't get a lot of time, though. When he gets time, he's productive.
Corey Floyd breaks pressure into the forecourt left. Carter scoots to the right. Now Floyd, who's wide open for 3, and he buries it.
Yeah, Corey. Last ball game, he's 3 for 3 in the second half on 3. He's got his confidence back, a little smile to the bench.
And Floyd has 5 here in the early going. 25-12 Friars. Ledlam, Soriano, turn on 12-footer. In and out, no good. St. John's with the offensive rebound. Scoots over to Jenkins in front of the Providence bench. Kicks the ball back outside for Elaine. Now driving right is Conway. Back out front for Jenkins in the center circle. 9 to shoot. Jenkins drives, finds Ledlam, who flushes down low.
Well, it's against the zone, and he got along that baseline there. Good pass there by Jenkins. Jenkins having a good ball game.
Ledlam's first basket for St. John's. The Red Storm pressing off the inbounds, and they finally get it to Pierre into the forecourt, streaking up the left sideline, finds Carter. Carter's thought about that three, now drives down low, dumps it off to Oduro, who goes up, lifts it up head. That's not a foul.
That's a foul.
Hammered by Soriano and no call.
That's horrendous. How do you not
Oh, my goodness gracious. Left corner, Elaine for three, no good. Rebound taken by Conway underneath with one arm. Conway dumps it off the right side for Soriano. Soriano works his way in on Oduro, works inside, got the shot back, and they're going to call a foul. Come on. That's unbelievable. Oh, my God.
Unbelievable.
That's terrible.
Unbelievable.
Absolutely awful. Oduro got hammered on that play. And then on the other end, he blocks the ball before the contact with Soriano, and Oduro is called for the foul.
That's unbelievable. I mean, that is just awful. It's the same play down the other end.
Wow. And Josh picks up his second personal foul with 10:14 to go here in the half, and Joel Soriano will go to the free throw line.
They need a whole set of new officials in this Big East. They got to get rid of these guys or get some new people involved. This is ridiculous. Every single game you get the same stuff. It's horrendous.
Here comes Barron back into the game, replacing Duall. And Ticket Gaines returns to the lineup for Corey Floyd.
Man, who's that official's name?
That's Brent Hampton.
Come on, man. He's looking at 2 plays in a row.
Wow.
They got to bring in 10 new guys.
Soriano makes the first.
These guys do too many games.
71% for the line of the season, and his second shot is short. Ball don't lie.
Well, they did not. I'd rather have them make the shot than have Oduro pick up a second foul.
That's true. 25-15, coming up on 10 minutes to play in the opening half. Barron working on Conway out front. Hands the ball off to Jaden Pierre. Pierre now works to the right, finds Carter. Carter gets dribble penetration, dumps it off to Oduro, lays it up, goes in. Are they going to call it? No. No shot.
Where's he going? Where's he going to pass the ball?
Where's he going to go?
This is unbelievable.
This is Bert Smith who makes this call. Absolutely not. Oh, my goodness. They're going to riot in this building. They're absolutely going to riot. And the Big East officials won't have anybody to blame but themselves.
It's just awful. They're having a bad game right now. It's a lot of time to go, too. You can't take them out either.
So they called the foul on Conway. 9:52 to go, and the Friars will inbound it. Out front, they dump it out to Carter. Carter near the mid-floor circle. Going to drive to the right, kick it off in the right corner, Ticket for three.
Ticket Games comes off the floor, fixes his lip, his tooth, and he's right back in. He's got a big patch over his eye, too. His right eye is closed, and he knocks down that three-pointer.
Wow. Ticket Gaines nails the three with a bloody lip and a stitched up right eyebrow. Left side Conway with it against Barron between the circles. Ejiofor back in the game. Dump it off inside, and it's tipped out of bounds on the baseline by Ticket Gaines. And St. John's will keep it with 13 to shoot as Castro comes back in. They're going to take Oduro out of the game because he's got 2 fouls.
Well, 9:16 to go. Friars up. You got to get Oduro out. Don't let him get that third foul.
St. John's will inbound baseline right of the basket. Jenkins looks for the inbounds pass from that baseline. In the lane, he got kicked out of bounds by Elaine. It's Providence ball.
Good hands by Gaines. He slapped it off. Jenkins right there, and Friars get to keep it.
R.J. Lewis checks back in for St. John's. Chris Ledlam will go to the bench. And the Friars get it off of the 4th St. John's turnover here in the half, leading 28-15, 9:14 to go in the opening half. Inbounds from Barron to Pierre under the basket. He spins out of trouble, beats a double team into the forecourt. Good speed by Jaden Pierre. Now Barron kicks it left for Carter. Carter well out of the perimeter, back to the middle of the floor for Pierre. Jaden gets around Elaine, drives to the hoop, and he gets swatted out of bounds from behind.
Good defense right there, but good move by Pierre. You want to keep doing that. You know, against this press, you want to attack at the score, too. Jaden has the speed. If you beat that press down the floor, get down there and finish it off. Don't back it out. That's what St. John's wants you to do. Tino's had that press for years. Wants to rush in the shots, but the Friars like to speed it up and finish at the end of it.
Jenkins comes out of the game for the first time. Dingle replaces him. Underneath for Castro. Got it knocked away and stolen. Took away from him under the basket. Now for a lane at the top of the key. Hesitates, drives right, lost it off the foot, but picks it back up by Conway. Now hands off for Dingle in the center circle. Jordan Dingle will work on Jaden Pierre. 14 to shoot for the Red Storm. Up on the high post for Ejiofor. Ejiofor dumps it off in the give and go to Dingle. Missed the layup. Lewis is there, and he got hammered by Castro again.
Boy, Castro got him at the summit right there, though.
He got the ball, but he also got body on that one. And I have to agree with the officials on that one.
He did. But he didn't give up the dunk right there.
But that is 2 fouls on Rafael Castro.
And so both Fire centers have 2 fouls right now. But, you know, when you consider that, though, John, Oduro didn't play the last game, and Castro played 9 minutes. So both of them having 2 fouls, that hurts a bit, but, you know, Fry's been able to play small, too.
So R.J. Lewis at the line hits the free throw. He's a 74% free throw shooter on the year. That's his 3rd point of the afternoon, averaging 9.9 per game. Castro out, Corey Floyd back in. So Friars now will go with Ticket Gaines as their tallest guy out there at 6'7".
It's not like they haven't done that before. They played those
the whole
Butler
game. Right.
You see, Castro would keep himself in the game. He had a catch right there. He just lost the ball. He had an easy dunk, and he just dropped the ball.
Lewis hits both free throws, and it's 28-17. Full court pressure again by the Red Storm. They find Pierre right in front of his own bench in the backcourt to our left.
I tell you, Pierre's doing a good job of getting open against that press.
He really is. Dingle gives him a bump into the forecourt, but there's no foul call there. Pushing to the right side with it, Carter. A lane is guarding him. Now comes a double team. They find Barron. Barron drives to the right, down low on Lewis. He goes up and flips it up over his head, and it goes in and out around the basket. It goes out of bounds, and the official gets knocked out of bounds, and he still gives the ball to St. John's.
It's Hampton, your boy Hampton there. Let's put a red shirt on, maybe.
My goodness.
Good move there by Barron. He just missed the layup.
Yeah, just spun around the rim and came right back out. Lewis with the ball in the forecourt, hands off for Conway. Now shares with a lane in the center circle. Conway handles it, fakes right, goes left, finds a lane, penetrates to the left elbow, back out front again for RJ. Now Lewis will drive on Floyd, drives inside, puts it up strong, won't get it. Rebound Ejiofor, his follow is good.
Well, they crossed the boards pretty well right there. Fries are small now. They got to box out.
6 offensive rebounds for St. John's in this first half. And we get a timeout with 7:46 remaining in the half. And St. John's has cracked the double-digit lead down to 9 at 28-19. From Learfield, this is Providence Friar basketball. My God, this officiating is awful. I didn't think it would get worse than Saturday, but
it's really bad right now. I mean, our last game was a good game, good officiated game with Brian O'Connell and crew. These guys are horrendous.
Wow.
Thanks.
Yep. The Hot Potato Food Truck, a proud partner of PC Athletics. For your next event, call the Hot Potato Food Truck at 401-919-3009. St. John's kind of hanging around here a little bit, Joe, because they got a 9-0 advantage in second chance points, starting to bang the boards.
Yeah, they got 6 offensive rebounds. Well, they're shooting the ball so poorly. They're 6 for 21, so they're getting on the offensive glass. Fry's got to find a way to box them out. But you look at the game, and you feel like the Fry's should have a 20-point lead in this game. The Fry's are shooting 9 for 16. They're 6 for 9 from three-point range. They're 4 or 5 from the foul line. They only have 4 turnovers in the ballgame. They have 7 assists on 9 made baskets. They're shooting 56%, 66% from 3. And you think, still a 9-point lead. You like that, but you feel like they should be more because St. John's is shooting 28%. They're 2 of 7 from 3, 28%. Just having a tough time putting the ball in the hole out there.
Yep. So 7:46 to go, a 28-19 first half lead for the Friars.
It's funny. Conway hardly played in the game against Providence down there, and he's getting a lot of minutes in this ball game. The other kid who played a lot for us.
He played 9 minutes, he played 2 minutes and didn't score a point in that first game at the Garden.
And Dunlop played a ton of minutes against the Friars, had 9 points, and he hasn't even gotten in the ball game yet for St. John. So Rick Pitino's shaking up a few things. Well, he's lost 3 out of 4. Soriano's only played 6 minutes in this ball game so far.
So the Friars will inbound it. St. John's will go with full court man-to-man pressure. You got Lewis right in Corey Floyd's face on the baseline to our left here as we
basically no big guys in this ball game for sure. You got Four out there in the center position.
Lamar Simpson, who's checking the monitor down here to our right, the scoring table, and I'm not sure what he'd be checking for at this
Well,
time.
while they were out there drinking water underneath the basket, the 3 referees joking and laughing with one another. You might think they'd be checking the monitor during the timeout instead of coming over here now.
Yikes. They're checking, I guess, something with the clock.
Well, why weren't you checking it before?
I don't know.
They were standing underneath the basket talking to each other, drinking water.
Rick Pitino comes over to check, and then he shakes hands with Frank Carpano.
Yeah.
I think Frank's the only one around when he was here as coach. Except for you.
Except for me. That was my first year.
Mm-hmm. Coach Pitino actually left the program the year before I got here.
Yep. Eric Reed and I were doing the games back in those days.
Correct.
That was a fun run to the Final Four. I'll tell you, Billy Donovan was the point guard on that team, and Pitino, they had no NBA draft picks on that team, and they took it to the Final Four that year. The press, they really bothered people, and it was a terrific team he had. Dave Kipfer on the point of the press, hockey player. He had Jacek Duda from Poland playing the center position. I mean, it was a hodgepodge of players, but they played well together, and they just played great defense and turned the ball over, turned teams over constantly.
So I'm not sure what this is all about, but Lamar Simpson.
We'll never know.
Yeah, I don't know. Oh, so they've taken 15 seconds off the clock? It says 7:28. Okay, so it was at 7:46, so they have run the clock down basically 18 seconds. That's basically what happened.
So it was a 3-minute timeout.
3-minute timeout.
They could have done that while the timeout was going on.
To take 18 seconds off the clock. Ready to play. Floyd inbounds, finds Gaines in the backcourt. Hands off for Pierre, and he'll bring it up against Jordan Dingle. To the right side, across the mid-floor line. Now takes the left-handed dribble to the center of the forecourt to our right. Now Pierre works low. Gets a screen set by Gaines. Gaines, top of the key, has it. Flips it off to Carter. Carter takes it left. Now they come cross-court to Gaines. Gaines steps back. 3 in front of the St. John's bench is a little strong. And the rebound for Dingle on the offside.
That's the shot they wanted. They got him a good look.
Elaine now finds Conway. Back out front for Elaine. Now Elaine's going to go up for a deep 3. That's off the mark and out of bounds.
Well, they did a good job of fronting. Pierre did a good job of fronting the post right there. They thought they had an advantage, and Elaine didn't know whether to shoot it or pass it in there. He shoots the air ball instead.
Friars on a bit of a scoreless streak here. No points in the last 2:50 on the clock.
St. John's playing good man-to-man defense right now, especially on Pierre.
So Pierre into the forecourt with it against Dingle. Rolls left off of a screen. Here's Gaines again. Touches it right for Carter.
They're going to double Carter every
double
time.
Team. Bounce pass there. Tipped out of bounds by Lewis. Right into his bench. Friars will keep it with 13 to shoot.
Well, Carter's got to know that now. Just like Oduro, when he catches the ball, he's going to get double teamed. So he's got to get that ball out quickly to a teammate and keep swinging it because you get the opposite corner, you'll have a wide open 3.
Jenkins back into the game for St. John's. Friars will inbound it in front of the St. John's bench. And Rich Barron will come over and take the ball from Brent Hampton. He finds Pierre. Now Pierre starts to the left slowly with 10 to shoot. Finds Carter in the left wing. Carter out front to Jaden. Now comes right for Floyd. Right corner for Barron. Back to Corey. They find Pierre, who's going to get off a deep 3. Off the back iron, no good. And the rebound comes down to Lewis.
Good defense again by St. John's.
Now R.J. Lewis with a drive to the forecourt. Jenkins, deep 3 off the bench. Can't get it. Rebound Ojapor. And he falls to the floor, and Corey Floyd picks up the ball. Floyd up the left sideline. Drives by Jenkins, and Jenkins fouls him on that drive.
Good foul right there. That's a big foul there. Jenkins picks up his second foul.
6:07 to go in the half. That is 5 now on St. John's, so the Friars will inbound it.
That's what you have to do with the Friars. You get that rebound. You got all guards on the floor. Get down the floor quickly. Don't play against that half-court defense.
St. John's, number 7, is Simeon Wilcher, 6'4" freshman out of New Jersey, checks in for the first time. And he replaces Jenkins, who comes out with those 2 fouls. Friars will inbound from the baseline here, 26 on the shot clock.
Yeah, this is a long first half. I mean, there's 6 minutes to go in this first half.
Looking for the inbound. They find Floyd under the basket. He touches it. It goes out of bounds, and it's a turnover.
Pierre missed the wrong guy. He had Carter wide open in the corner for a 3. He tried to get it over to Corey Floyd, who ended up with the turnover underneath the basket.
And that's 5 turnovers for the Friars here in the first half. Here comes St. John's. The other quarter, it's still 28-19. Seems like we've been stuck in that number for a while. Wilcher pushes right there for Conway. Back to Wilcher. Penetration all the way down to the lane. Scoops it up off the hoop, and it goes in.
He just got in the game. Wilcher, good move right there. That's a tough shot.
Only averaging 2.5 points per game. But he pulls the Johnnies back within 7 at 28-21. It's a 6-0 St. John's run.
That's where you got to take advantage of St. John's. They got a lot of guys on the bench right now.
Carter has it out front. Double team was there. He drives past it. Has it tipped away, reverses, goes right to the rim, lays it up, got it blocked off the backboard, no goaltend. Here comes Lewis into the forecourt left, Dingle, left corner, Conway gets off a 3, got it. We got a ball game again.
Oh, man, I tell you, this St. John's team, they keep battling, playing defense, Friars are missing shots.
Kim English calls a timeout to talk about it. St. John's on a 9-0 run. The Friars were up 13 at 28-15. And St. John's has ripped off 9 in a row with 5:20 to go in the first half.
With all bench players, too. I mean, guys who didn't even play against the Friars the first time they played, they're getting it done. Conway doing a good job since he's been in the ballgame, playing good defense and making shots.
Conway was scoreless in 2 minutes against the Friars at the Garden. Has 6 points on 2 3-pointers here in the half. Simeon Wilcher had 2 points against the Friars in January. Has already scored 2 here in the first half. Zuby Ejiofor has scored. Chris Ledlam has scored. Only hit 3 against the Friars back in January. They're getting it done here. Largely, as you said, with guys who, I guess, are exuding some of that want to out on the floor that Coach Patino says he's been looking for.
Well, St. John's started off in the zone. The Friars were really whipping that zone up. And when St. John's went man-to-man and went small, took Soriano out, their defense is much better without him in there, as you mentioned, John, the stat-wise. And they're playing good defense on the ball. The Friars have had to work hard to get a shot off. The shot clock's been winding down almost every possession.
Friars will inbound it. St. John's again with pressure in the backcourt. Floyd runs the baseline, finds Carter, double-teamed. Carter's going to bring it up against the freshman Wilcher. Now the double team is back there as Lewis follows him, and he just reverses and gets across the mid-floor line. Now Carter pushes center for Pierre. See what Kim English wants his Friars to do here on this offensive possession.
You got to get Oduro the ball. You got to get him involved in the offense.
Pierre drives left, finds Josh at the top of the key with it. Oduro with 7 to shoot, has the ball, scoots to the left, fires off the 3, off the back iron, no good.
The defense of St. John's is making the Friars take a lot of time on that press.
Here's Lewis crossing over, dumps it off the edge of floor, got the shot back, and it goes in anyway. He got fouled. Oh, my. And Pierre...
So Pierre
called for the foul.
Shoots it in right there.
Thought that it might have been on Oduro for a moment, but Jaden gets called for the foul. And now Zuby Ejiofor can pull his team within 1. It's an 11-0 St. John's run.
Now, this is similar to the Butler game. The Friars jumped out on a 15-point lead and then just couldn't score anymore. And Butler ended up taking the lead in the first half of that game. And St. John's is doing the same type of situation.
So Ejiofor, 68% on the season. Hits the free throw. He's got 5 in the half, averages only 4 points per game. And it's 28-27, 14 unanswered here for St. John's. Inbounds, 12 unanswered. Here comes Oduro down the left side, double team, tries to up fake, kicks it through right corner, open 3, Gaines, doesn't get it, and he got fouled.
By Louis, fouled him on that one. That's a big foul right there. Coach Patino's not happy about that one because Friars have been struggling to score. And Ticket Gaines gets it sent to the line now for 3 shots.
So Lewis rushes at him late, creates contact right in front of the St. John's bench. And Ticket Gaines with a big opportunity here to stem some of this tide that St. John's has started for themselves. Lewis picks up his second foul. That is 6 on St. John's here in the half.
That's a good play by Pierre too, John. Beating that press down the floor. You turn and go, you'll have numbers like a fast break drill.
Gaines hits the first one. Ticket averages 8.9 points per game. He's a 69% foul shooter on the year. That's the first Friar point in 5 minutes and 6 seconds.
And they have a 2-point lead, so it's a good thing they had the big lead there. You're going to have droughts in games, but you got to give St. John's credit. Their defense has been tough. The typical Rick Pitino team, they just keep grinding away in the defensive end, trying to wear you out. Get you a little bit off your rhythm.
Duro comes out. Castro back in. 4:36 to go here in the first half. You're right, it's been a very long first half.
Well, this is an interesting time now for the Friars. You have both Oduro and Carter on the bench here.
Third shot by Gaines is good. He got them all. 6.5, and the Friars go back up by 4 as they stop that run by St. John's. In the backcourt with it is Dingle. He'll bring it up to Pierre to Ledlum, who's re-entered the game. Conway hands off for Wilcher. Wilcher, top of the key for Ejiofor. Ejiofor hands off to Conway, gets off a deep three, off the rim, no good. Rebound taken by Castro. Castro trying to dribble out of trouble, pushes up the floor for Duval. Now for Pierre between the circles. Pierre comes off the screen, outside the three-point stripe, comes back to the right, looking for his screen. Floyd on the left sideline. Corey looks for his screen, goes inside of that, drives down, went up for the dunk, got it missed. Pierre got the rebound, Gaines for 3. That's no good, and the offside rebound for Ejiofor.
Well, good move by Corey. Just didn't able to make the shot there.
Here's Ejiofor on the high post, high-low. Ball is tipped away and stolen by Gaines. Gaines came over the top and got it, and then slows it down and gives it back to Pierre into the forecourt. Pierre goes around the screen, goes right to the hoop, lays it up and shoots. And got fouled by Ejiofor.
Yeah, Pierre is so good when he lands that shoulder and gets into the paint right there, creates some contact. He slithers through there, gets the square and the foul.
First foul on Ejiofor. Team foul 7 on St. John's. We get a timeout. 3:41 to go in the first half. Providence back up 6 at 33-27. From Learfield, this is Providence Friar basketball.
I love Castro, man, but he scares the death out of me out there. He gets the ball, he starts dribbling out on that. Oh my God, man! Don't do it! Don't do it! Oh, man. It's like a turnover waiting to happen. Oh my God!
The contestant with the most points throughout the year will come back during our season finale with a chance to win the grand prize.
Wow.
2 Big East tournament booklets. All right, Aiden, are you ready? All right, prime time, make some noise, nigga, let's go. Almost. Here we go, one more, come on, prime time. Hey, we got 100. Great job.
Thanks.
Give it up for prime time.
Marquette's have 8 with 11 minutes to go at Butler.
Who's up 8?
Marquette.
All right, friends, it's time for another fan favorite. It's time for the Amica t-shirt toss. Make some noise if you want a t-shirt.
John and Joe back inside the amp. Friars back up by 6 at 33-27. 3:41 to go after they had a 13-point lead, and then St. John's went on a 12-0 run to pull back within 1 before a little bit of life in the offense for the last couple of minutes. You know, we mentioned this earlier. Providence is St. John's second most played opponent behind Villanova. This is the 124th time that these two teams have met. The Johnnies have not won here in this building in 7 years.
Yeah, Friars have a winning record in Big East play against the St. John Storm, but you know, it's been a great rivalry over the years, and it will continue to be, that's for sure, especially with Rooke Pitino on the sidelines over there now. But, you know, Friars answered that run by St. John's with a nice run of their own, but Friars have cooled off significantly from the floor. You know, it's only a matter of time. They're not going to shoot 60% the whole ball game, but the Friars now are just 10 for 23 from the floor at 43%, but they're 6 for 13 from three-point range, shooting a better percentage from beyond the arc and making free throws, too. They're 7 for 8. St. John's fighting back with their defense. Their offense has been struggling, but they're 9 for 27 from the floor. They're 3 for 11 from 3, 6 for 7 from the line. And they're just shooting 33% from the floor, but they're hanging in there because of rebounding the ball, getting offensive rebounds, and playing good defense. I mean, they're playing solid defense out there.
Friars had missed 8 straight shots from the floor before that Jaden Pierre layup.
That was a good move by Jaden, too. He's so clever when he gets around that, gets off that top screen, and he gets low and he gets into the paint as a burst of speed and get to the basket. He's doing a good job against the pressure defense from St. John's, too. But St. John's is making the Friars take a lot of time off the clock on their press in the backcourt.
Pierre's free throw at the foul line bounces and comes out. So he does not get the three-point play, and the Friar lead remains 6. Conway into the forecourt with it, middle of the floor now for Dingle. Ledlum now for Dingle.
Little zone by the Friars right now.
Conway to the right side, up front for Wilcher. Wilcher looks for dribble penetration, kicks it through. Conway gets an open look at 3, and he buries it on the wing.
Well, where's this Conway coming from? He hasn't played all year. All of a sudden, he's a
Conway
star.
has played in only 18 of the 24 St. John's games and averages under 2 points per game. He has 9 in the first half of the Red Storm. Here's Pierre, right corner now for Floyd. Floyd back out front for Duval. Garway penetrates, kicks it back out to Corey on the right wing. Back out front for Duval. 9 to shoot. Duval works to the left on the perimeter. Looks for penetration. Dumps it off underneath. And blocked from behind. Castro had it. They got it stuffed from behind. St. John's
pass through by Duval.
Into the forecourt. Ledlum at the three-point stripe. Comes over to Dingle, who gets off the 3. Got fouled, and he hit it. Oh, my. The foul is called on Jaden Pierre. And Jordan Dingle can give his team the lead with 2:41 to go in the half.
Good shot by Dingle there. Pierre got there a little bit late. He tried to get up there and contest the shot, and Dingle knocks it down. Solid player, Dingle, Ivy League Player of the Year. Last year, 50-year seniors, veteran players out on the floor for St. John's.
That is his first basket of the game for Jordan Dingle. Averaging 10.5 per game. He is a 72% foul shooter, and we are tied at 33 after the Friars had a 28-15 lead.
Man.
And Dingle's free throw is no good. Carter with a rebound. We stay tied.
Well, St. John's getting production from guys they normally don't. Conway's been a big difference in this ballgame.
Oh, he's been the whole difference. 9 points off of the bench. Played 2 scoreless minutes against the Friars last month at the Garden. Carter off the high post. Double team follows him that way. Kicks it off to Gaines. Back out front for Floyd. Floyd left side. 9 to shoot. 8 to shoot. Screen set. Has it poked away from behind and stolen.
The defense by St. John's has been very good.
Very good
defense.
Ledlum finds Conway on the right side. Conway to Wilcher out near the midcourt circle. Drives to the right. Now finds Soriano for Ledlum with a reverse. He scores, and St. John's takes the lead.
Good pass there by Soriano. He hasn't even been in the ball game.
8-0, the St. John's run, and they take the lead at 35-33. That's their first lead of the game. With 1:44 to play before halftime. Pierre left, gets penetration down the lane, stops, kicks it out to Floyd, fakes the 3, penetrates back outside. Now finds Carter, 9 to shoot. Carter double teamed again, flips it to Gaines, dumps it to Floyd. Floyd penetrates down to the baseline with 3, with 2, with 1, crosses the lane, shot blocked by Ledlum. Somebody's got to shoot the ball.
Great defense by St. John's. They double Carter too and were able to recover to their man.
The Friars kept passing up open shots though. Up top with it to the right side for Dingle. Dingle looks down low, finds Soriano. He's got Castro on him, works down into the post, lost it out of bounds. And a turnover, dribble it off his leg.
Good job by Castro right there, getting to that spot, not allow Soriano to turn the corner.
Rich Barron is going to check back in with 1:07 to go in the half. And the Friars will have the ball here. Trailing 35-33. A 22-5 St. John's run here, Joe, to end the half. Barron looks for the inbounds. They find Pierre under the basket, and Pierre will bring it up against Dingle.
They should have a screen back there on Dingle. That's what I would do. Make him have to not pressure the ball so much.
Pierre works to the right. Penetration, alley-oop, and too strong. Castro can't handle it. St. John's with the loose ball. Dingle right. Now goes through the defense. Lost the ball out of bounds, and a turnover.
Good job by Ticket Gaines right there, reaching in and knock that ball out of bounds.
7 turnovers for the Red Storm in the half. They'll bring Naheem Elaine back into the game, replacing Simeon Wilcher. 46.7 on the clock. Barron looks for the inbounds. Carter has it in the corner. Back to Barron under the basket. And Barron loses the
Give it
dribble.
to him.
He's got to get it to Pierre, and he's got to get across the timeline. Let's go. Pierre drives right by Conway, gets down the lane, kicks it back out front for Barron, pushes right for Gaines. Gaines starts left, goes right. Castro touches back out to Barron. Barron gets penetration down the lane, slides down, kicks it off, stolen again. My goodness, the passing lane has got all kinds of red in it, and they tip it away again.
I like to see Carter get the ball. Carter hasn't had any touches here in the last 4 or 5 minutes.
St. John's has done a great job of denying him the ball.
Well, he's got the ball. They're going to double team him. That's going to free people up.
8 seconds, 7 seconds left. 6 with it is Dingle. Comes to the right, cuts to the left, steps back, gets off a deep three, buries it with 1 second left, and St. John's takes a lead at halftime because of 6 straight points by Jordan Dingle. And the Red Storm, once down by 13, lead by 5 at the break, 38-33.
Rick Pitino's going to the wrong locker room here. He's walking down and going into the Providence locker room. You see that? They grabbed him for CVS Sports to get an interview. We went the wrong way. But how about St. John's? I mean, that was impressive the way they came back with their defense and doing it with guys who haven't played a lot this year, and they're getting it done.
Friars had a 28-15 lead and get outscored. What is that now on the math? That would be 25-5. 25-5 over the last 8.5 minutes.
Well, what a great run. And the defense did it for St. John's, and it translated into their offense. Friars couldn't get any good looks. I mean, the shot clock wound down almost every possession in the last 5-6 minutes of this half.
Austin Rooke has our halftime report coming up next from Learfield. This is Providence Friar basketball.
Please welcome to the court for your halftime entertainment, the East Greenwich 8th grade travel basketball team.
It was also 11-0 to end the half. Also 11-0 to end the half. Hey, Andrew. What do you got? Yeah, let's do. I got to get a Barron 3 in there. He led them in scoring in that first half. Yeah, we can do that too. So I'll do Barron first, and I'll do Gaines last. That's fine. Thank you. We had 3 separate 13-point leads. Okay. Janney Montgomery Scott helps clients connect their life and their finances. Janney Montgomery Scott, LLC, member NYSE, FINRA, and SIPC. Austin Rooke with you here at halftime, here at the Amica Mutual Pavilion, where the Friars, who had a 13-point lead 3 separate times in that first half, they trail at halftime 38-33 against the St. John's Red Storm. A struggle in the last 10 minutes or so of that first half, but the Friars were led in the first half in scoring by Rich Barron, who had all eight of his points in the opening 5.5 minutes of the first half, including this 3 from the wing. Rich Barron, 2 of 4 from 3 in that first half. Again, he leads the Friars in scoring with 8. Ticket Gaines got injured in the first 30 seconds of the game, diving on the floor for a loose ball. He had got 2 cuts on the play. He's got tape above his right eye, and he's dealing with blood coming from his lip. He went out of the game for about 5-6 minutes or so before he came back to the bench and eventually into the game. He's got 6 points in the first half, including this 3 from the right corner. Only 1 field goal in the rest of the first half for the Friars after that Ticket Gaines 3 to make it 28-13 in that first half. So Friars trail at 38-33, an 11-0 run to end the half for St. John's, 25-5 overall. Back with more here at halftime when we come back. 38-33 the score, Red Storm over the Friars. From Learfield, this is Providence Friar basketball.
For a presentation to our presenting partner, Pecos Bank is a longtime community savings bank with a vibrant history of serving the people and businesses on the south coast of Massachusetts and Rhode Island. Pecos is a strong supporter of education.
I don't think St. John's went through a normal stretch in that first half. They were either unconscious or missing everything. They had 2 separate 1-for-10 stints, and they hit 7 of their last 8 since.
Jake Briggs, First Vice President of Strategic Initiatives for Pecos Bank.
Providence College would like to thank the following corporate sponsors: 110 Grill, Atwell's Group, Automated Business Solutions, Balanced Wealth Management, Bank Newport, Casarino's Restaurant, Dave's Marketplace, Duffy and Sweeney, Finecco, The Graduate Hotel, Hanoush Jewelers, Horizon Beverage, Hot Potato Food Truck, Marco, Janie, Local 51, Midland Roofing, Milton Cat, New England Ford Dealers, New England Laborers.
How much time, Andrew?
College MBA program. Wraps
Okay, perfect.
Auto Parts. Rebath. Rhode Island Energy.
Do we have anything?
Rhode Island Lottery. Rhode Island Restoration. Santander Bank. Soggy Hot Dogs. C-Corp. WPRI
right.
Channel 12. Audi Warwick. LaSalle Bakery. Rhode Island Medical Imaging. Quality Productions. Capital Grill. High Noon. Coca-Cola. Pecos Bank.
At Providence College, prison rates grow.
Josh was lucky not to get his 3rd foul.
Question, learn,
He was lucky to not get his 3rd foul.
and need to connect. Discover the truth that defines us. A purpose with passion.
When St. John switched to man-to-man, that was it.
They're informed by those who dare to seek and discover. For those who see you.
To celebrate Black History Month,
Okay.
City Scott Spa is proud to partner with the Black Lives Foundation.
to help preserve, showcase, and learn and teach.
The rich history that's helped shape the game we love today, from 1904 to 1950.
The Black Fives created a
nationwide barnstorming circuit of independent teams.
These teams foster hope and unity during a time of segregation and systematic oppression.
The Black Fives played in many of the same cities as our big schools, New
New
York.
York, Chicago, DC, Philadelphia.
Austin Rooke back here at the AMP, where St. John's holds a 5-point lead over the Friars, 38-33 here at the AMP. Elsewhere in the Big East, 2 games going on tonight. One currently in the second half in Indianapolis. Marquette with a 5-point lead over the Butler Bulldogs, 62-57, with about 5 minutes and change to go. Late in that second half, 18 points for Tyler Kolek, 13 for Pierre Brooks for the Bulldogs. One other game yet to tip off, should tip off about 8:30 tonight. That is Georgetown at Creighton at CHI Health Center in Omaha. We should mention as well, tomorrow night, a couple of games in the Big East. Xavier at Seton Hall, big one for the Bubble Watchers out there, and UConn at DePaul. Those tip off at 7 and 9. Respectively. Devin Carter was also named to the Big East honor roll this week. Mentioned it early on in that first half. He averaged 23 points, 8 rebounds, and 4 assists to go with 2.5 steals in a 1-1 week, with the win here against Creighton in overtime and the loss on Saturday at Butler. Devin leading all scorers in Big East play at over 21 points per game. Well, the Friars had a big lead in that first half. Now trail it by 5. Going to need an answer to that St. John's man-to-man defense. So after they switch from zone to man-to-man, the Friars really struggled in that first half. A 25-5 run by the Red Storm to end that first half after the Friars led it by 15. 38-33 is your score here at halftime. Second half action coming up next from Learfield. This is Providence Friar basketball.
What were they early in the game from outside? St. John started off really bad. Look at them. What were they? They were 3 of 14 to start the game. So that means they were 10 for their last 17. Say that again? Yeah.
They were up 11 at halftime, too.
Yeah.
40-29.
That's where we should be right about now. Son of a gun. Biz Jack? Holy crap. Biz Jack has 17. Man. John and Joe back at the game. A couple of minutes left to go here before we get the second half started. And St. John's, as Austin Rooke told you, ended the half on a 25-5 run to take a 5-point lead into the locker room at halftime, 38-33. St. John's, Joe, started the game hitting only 3 of their first 14 from the floor, ended the half hitting 10 of the last 17, and they outshoot the Friars 42% to 40 from the floor overall in that half.
And all unlikely guys doing it, too. You got Wilshire off the bench. He hit his only shot. Sean Conway comes in, hits 3 or 4 from three-point range, and that's a big difference. I mean, Soriano,
1 point.
1 point in the first half. And Jenkins came out of the game with foul trouble, had 7, so the Friars were able to take care of their main guys, but the guys off the bench for St. John's did a good job playing good, solid defense.
They did.
And making shots.
Friars were led in the first half in scoring by 8 points from Rich Barron and 7 from Devin Carter. St. John's was led by the 9 from Sean Conway, who came into the game averaging 1.8 per game. As Joe mentioned, hit 3 or 4 from 3 and then 7 from Danis Jenkins.
So here's the strategy now, though, John. You go in the locker room, you adjust things. When Odoro gets the ball, they double team him. And when Carter gets the ball, they double team him. So whoever sets a screen for Carter, whoever's guarding the screener, double teams Carter. They don't fight over the top. They double teams Carter, and they want to get him to give up the ball. When that happens, you should involve Carter in the pick and roll where he gets double teamed, and then you can get an open man because if there's 2 guys on Carter, somebody's open. The same thing with Odoro. Early in the game, they double teamed Odoro on the post. He was patient, threw it opposite, found Barron for 2 3-pointers wide open in the left-hand side. So the Friars those 2 guys have to touch the ball because that creates the double teams, and that's going to create open shots. When you try to beat St. John's off the dribble, you're going to have a tough time scoring.
St. John's also out-rebounded the Friars 20-16 in that half. And the Friars had 8 turnovers to 7 for the Johnnies. Providence with the ball to open the second half. Basket to our left on the radio. St. John's in a man defense. Pierre has it left. Looks for the right corner. And a 3 for Gaines is short. And the rebound from R.J. Lewis to St. John's.
That's the one they wanted. That's a good look.
Here's Danis Jenkins. Works to the left. Stops. Pulls up from 17. No good. Long rebound Oduro. And Oduro basically gets dragged to the floor by Zuby Ejiofor. And Ejiofor is called for the foul.
Tino's complaining. He said he pushed him. He dragged him on him.
Second foul on Ejiofor. And the Friars will get the ball back here. 11 unanswered for St. John's in scoring to end the half.
It's a big possession right there. It's early in the game, but you got to get something going offensively like the way you started the game.
Friars are just 1 for their last 12 shooting the ball from the floor.
The defense has been good. I mean, there's wide open looks, so Gaines had a wide open look right there, just wasn't able to knock it down.
Barron looks for the inbounds against full court pressure, and they bounce it, and it's stolen, and Lewis lays it in. My goodness.
That's the first turnover they got on the prep.
But the press finally pays off, and St. John's' run now gives them a 7-point lead. Pierre has the ball in the backcourt. Long pass into the forecourt left for Barron. Barron's going to go right to the basket, lay it up, and score.
That's what you have to do against the press. You got to make them pay for pressing, get down the floor, and get an easy basket.
10 points for Rich Barron. Friars back within 5. Not quite a minute deep into the second half. Jenkins to Ledlam to Lewis. Lewis hands off to Dingle, takes it left. Backdoor pass is there. A save there to Lewis, who puts it up and scores again.
Well, St. John's in a nice rhythm right now on the offensive end.
Friars can't do anything to slow them down defensively. Here's Carter driving by Ejiofor, goes right to the basket, and Ejiofor is called for the foul. It puts Carter at the line shooting 2, and Zuby Ejiofor has just picked up his 3rd foul.
You know, the Friars are at their best when they're running, John, and St. John's forces you to run, so run. Get down the floor and get up there and get some easy baskets.
So Carter to the line has hit 4 of 5 from the foul line of the ball game. The team has hit 7 of 9 from the foul line of the ball game. Providence shoots 70% from the line on the season. St. John's 69.5%. So St. John's actually has supplanted the Friars as the worst free throw shooting team in the Big East coming into the game tonight as Carter hits the first one. But the Johnnies have hit 6 of 8 tonight already from the line. And here comes Joel Soriano into the game replacing Zuby Ejiofor, who got the start tonight for the Red Storm. And Evan Carter is having a little conversation with Kim English right in front of us as he gets ready, fires his second shot here, and he gets them both to go. That's 9 points for Carter in the game. He's back to a 5-point St. John's lead. Jenkins with it into the forecourt, picked up by Carter. Now goes left for R.J. Lewis. Back to Jenkins on the left sideline, forecourt to our right, cross-court pass, and a three-pointer on the way, no good by Dingle. Rebound on the floor, loose. It's picked up by Ledlam. Ledlam, top of the key for Dingle. It goes through his legs, but he picks it up. Now he passes to the right side for Soriano. Backs his way in on Barron with a jump hook and a score.
Yeah, that's a mismatch. They went right into him. Good smart play there by Dingle.
First basket of the game for for Joel Soriano. And it's 44-37. At some point in time, you can't trade baskets. Here comes Carter. There's the double team on Carter, and they feed Oduro at the top of the key. He comes left for Gaines, who drives and jams.
That's what you got to do. The double team is coming. You have to make them pay. Make them go into that double team.
8 for Gaines in the ball game. Jenkins around the screen. Ledlam fakes the three. He spins in on Barron. Gets caught at the left elbow. Now he works his way into the lane. Tries to go up and under with the shot around the rim, and it goes in.
The Friars can't stop St. John's right now. They're feeling real comfortable out there in the offensive end.
St. John's is at 4 in a row from the floor here to start the second half. And they're up to 46% from the floor of the ball game as Pierre streaks into the forecourt. Goes right to the rim on Ledlam. Back out front now for O'Donnell for three, and he hits it.
That's what you do. That's what you do. The referee stopping the game and telling St. John's players to sit down over there.
Josh Oduro just 4 for 25 from 3, but he buries that one, and it pulls Providence back within 4. And the official, Lamar Simpson, is also coming over here to tell the Fire players to do the same thing. Sit down on the bench.
They wanted to referee the game instead of worry about who's sitting on the bench.
Fans starting to get into it a little bit here as Jenkins to Ledlam, left side for Lewis, brings the dribble around the arc to the right side. He heads for the basket, crosses over, lays it up, scores.
Oh, man, the defense by the Friars right now is awful.
That's 10 points for Lewis. He's had 6 here in the second half already. 48-42. They haven't missed. Barron goes around Ledlam, goes right to the hoop. Double teamed under the basket. Finds Pierre, saves it back out front for Carter. Goes underneath for Oduro. He fakes, he puts it up, he doesn't get it, and the rebound is tipped in by Oduro.
That's another foul they should have called on that one. But Kim English is really on the sideline here. I mean, Soriano's gotten away with 2 fouls in this game, and they won't blow the whistle.
Brett Hampton just told Kim, you better stop. Jenkins hands
over. Well, they call the right call. Might have let him stop.
Now back to Dingle. Dingle out front against Pierre. High post. Soriano turns, looks, faces the basket at the top of the key, hands off to Lewis, hesitates, slides down the lane, goes up the runner, off the rim, rebound taken by Soriano, and he throws it away into his bench. Finally, the Flyers got a stop, and it's on a St. John's turnover.
So just going to say that finally they get a stop. Oduro went out there, had to help on the defense, and he couldn't get the rebound, but closed out defensively on Soriano.
48-44. Red Storm lead by 4, 16-21 to go here in the second half. Barron will inbound into the backcourt for the St. John's bench. They find Carter. Carter splits a double team. He's going to go right to the basket. He lays it up and he scores.
That's the way to beat the press. You got to attack at the score. That's what Kim English wants to do. Attack at the score. Make him pay for gambling in the backcourt.
11 for Carter in the game. Jenkins in the forecourt for Ledlam. Ledlam on the high post. Works his way to the right slowly. Now back out front for Dingle. Dingle against Pierre. Stolen. Pierre comes over the loose ball. Picked his pocket. He finds Oduro. Puts it up and he got fouled on the play.
That should be score.
And they're counting the basket. Goaltending called on St. John's on that play.
Yeah, about time they call a Soriano foul. That's his third foul. He only gets credit with 1.
Soriano picks up the foul. It'll put Oduro at the free throw line when we return after a timeout. 15:53 to go. The Flyers have tied it at 48 apiece. From Learfield, this is Providence Friar basketball.
Let's go. Firetown, make some noise. Let's go, Firetown.
Yep.
Thanks.
Let's go, Friars.
6-0 run for the Friars. The New England Laborers are training the workforce of today that will build tomorrow. With state-of-the-art training academies throughout New England, you'll be equipped with the construction skills, knowledge, and experience to start your career in a better tomorrow. Liuna, feel the power. Red Storm right now feeling Josh Oduro just a little bit.
Yeah, feeling the Friars attacking that press to score. Hit the ball up the floor and beat him down the floor for an easy layup. Set up against that half-court tough man-to-man St. John's plays, and the shot clock's been winding down. Get the ball up there and attack the glass right away. There's nobody back there, and you can finish it off. Friars starting off the second half 6 for 8, similar to the way they started the ball game, shooting 75%. But St. John's, much different than the way they started the ball game. They're 5 for 8 at 62%. We have a tie ball game right now. Friars 7 for 15 from 3. St. John's 6 for 15 from 3. St. John's 18 for 39 overall. Friars 16 for 33. Friars have 9 turnovers. St. John's has 9 turnovers. So very evenly matched game. The only advantage St. John's has had, John, is on the offensive glass. They have 8 offensive rebounds to just 3 for the Friars.
Mark Simpson just came over to tell Kim English that both teams have been issued bench warnings for being on the floor or not sitting down or whatever. I don't know for what reason, but
what's that, a new thing? We haven't heard that all year. All of a sudden they're worried about the guys on the bench. The referee should be worried about the guys who are playing the game. Watch those guys. The guys on the bench aren't going to foul anybody or turn the ball over or whatever they're going to do, shoot. Take care of the guys on the floor. Man, their priorities, that's why they're all messed up. That's how bad they are.
Joel Soriano picked up the foul, his first, third on the team. And now it will be Josh Oduro try to give his team the lead. Friars on a 9-2 run, down by 7 here early in the second half, have tied it at 48, and Oduro's free throw is on the way and good. And Providence retakes the lead on a 10-2 run. Jenkins in the backcourt finds Dingle on the right sideline, forecourt to our right. Pushes out front for Jenkins. He gets around Carter. Big jump hop in the lane. Lays it up too strong. Won't get it. It's loose underneath. It's out of bounds, and it is St. John's ball. Friars touched it last on the right side of the baseline.
St. John's is doing a good job rebounding the ball, too.
They've got a 24-18 rebound edge right now, including 9-3 on the offensive glass.
Yeah, that's a lot of second-chance opportunities for a good offensive unit. And a box out.
They're a good offensive rebounding team. They're not a great defensive rebounding team for whatever reason. Here's Jenkins. Will inbound it. Baseline right. Lobs it to Ledlam in the right corner. Pushes back out front for Dingle. Dingle turns, looks, back to Ledlam. Ledlam now finds Lewis at the foul line, drives inside, throws it up short, and a foul on the floor called on Gaines.
Man, Gaines had position on that play.
That's his first foul of the game. First foul on the Friars here with 15:31 to go in the second half.
Lewis likes to get to the basket. Strong kid, too.
St. John's will inbound it. Baseline left this time. Left side, Lewis catches, shoots the three. No good. Rebound for Barron. Barron trying to push it to the forecourt. Up the middle. He finds Gaines on the right wing. No clean shot. He's going to back it out. Now for Carter. Comes off the screen. He's going to go up for a deep three. Short. Skids off the rim and chased down by Soriano.
Well, Carter makes that shot. I think he's a little frustrated right now because he gets double teamed every time. He finally had an open look and he took it.
Dingle goes left. Ledlam underneath for Soriano, and he got hacked by Pierre. And then Soriano stares him down. Jaden was trying to say, I got ball, but they're going to make Soriano go to the line and shoot 2 free throws. So for Jaden Pierre, that's his third personal foul.
Tino's yelling at the referee. That's a flagrant foul. Thought it was a flagrant foul, he said.
I don't think so.
He reached in. He went for the ball.
He went for the ball. He just got arm or hand, too. So Joel Soriano will go to the line here.
Oduro had to jump out way out in front of the three-point line not to give up a three, and that's why Soriano slipped away, and when he got back there was Pierre.
On the season, 71%. He's 1 for 2 at the foul line tonight. And his free throw here is good. That's just his 4th point of the game. And he gives the Red Storm a tie again at 49 apiece and a chance to give his team the lead here on this free throw.
This is going to be a grind the rest of the game. There's 15 minutes to go in this game. It's just been a rock fight.
Second shot is good, and the Red Storm retakes the lead. St. John's done a good job of the foul line tonight. They're 8 for 10. Inbounds pass comes all the way into the forecourt. Carter drives, looks to go up, puts it up off the rim. It won't go, and then it wedges. And so Durrell came in for the tap-up, and the possession arrow belongs to St. John's.
Carter's just got to be a little bit more patient on that. I mean, he can finish with his leaping ability, get these guys off their feet a little bit, create the contact.
Tried to beat him into the forecourt and almost did. So the Red Storm with the ball and a 1-point lead. Jenkins comes off a high screen, rolls to the right side, pushes back left for Ledlam. Ledlam finds Lewis, catch and shoot 17. No, in and out. Rebound tap, Oduro controls for Carter. And the Friars looking to retake the lead on this possession. Carter tries to beat Jenkins down to the baseline. Jenkins double team. He tried to throw the ball to Oduro, and it's intercepted by Ledlam. Ledlam back the other way, going to cross step in the lane, backs it up, shot is missed. Rebound tipped out, and Pierre's got it. Now Pierre, Friars with a 3-on-2, finds Oduro, who lays it up. And he gets fouled.
Good job there. That's what you do. You make the turnover and turn it into a basket. Friars getting out on the fast break. The game has become 94 feet right now, and the Friars, that's what they like to do. Do what you like to do. Get down the floor. If they want to speed up the game, take advantage of it.
Ledlam is called for the foul, his first of the game. 4 on St. John's. And Oduro will have a chance at 3 the hard way. He's got 10 points already here in the second half after scoring just 2 in the first half. Now, what is Brent Hampton doing here? He's got Jenkins
said Oduro hit him when he walked by. And Jenkins had something to say to Oduro, and now they're having a conversation. So the referees come in and say, hey. So this is going to be a rock fight the rest of the way, baby.
Little gamesmanship. Little gamesmanship by 2 graduate students out on the floor, and Jenkins and Oduro. So Josh to the free throw line here. He is 1 for 1 in this game, and the free throw here is good. And Providence has a 2-point lead at 52-50. 11 and a half for Oduro. Jenkins at the forecourt left, finds R.J. Lewis.
Conway's in the ball game, had 3 threes in that first half.
Here's Soriano, top of the key, back to Jenkins, works to the left, steps back, deep 3, no, long rebound taken there by Pierre on the baseline.
Pierre fighting with Barron to get the rebound.
But Jaden gets the rebound and wins it. He lobs it to Oduro in the post. Oduro turns, faces Soriano. There comes the double team. They look for the open player. They dump it off in the left right corner. Back out to Barron, who gets off a deep 3. Shot! And the rebound ripped away by Soriano from Corey Floyd.
I think the Friars need to cut somewhere when the double team happens by Oduro to get a layup.
Soriano up high with it. Dribbles to the right, cuts back to the left. He's going to go up for a 17-footer and bury it.
Well, he's got a good stroke out there.
6.5, 7 for the game for Soriano. St. John's has tied it. It's 52-all. We've got 13:26 to go. Pierre handles near the mid-court circle.
Might take it too much time.
Danish Jenkins, screen is set. Cuts to the left off the screen, rolls down the left side of the lane, down to the baseline. Kicks the ball to Oduro. He drives on Soriano, lays it up short, got fouled.
Good job by Soriano right there. By Oduro. He used the left hand to bring it into Soriano to pick up the foul.
Yeah, they're finding Josh Oduro way better than they did in the first half here.
Well, they got Soriano on him now because, Soriano isn't starting because of his defense. So they're going to attack him a little bit more, make him play defense. And Oduro is very clever when he gets the ball. When he's not double teamed, he can wear Soriano out.
Zuby Ejiofor got the start, has 3 fouls, has been on the bench since the first half. As Josh at the line shooting 2. First one is good. on the season. Oduro has been one of, if not the best free throw shooter for the Friars. Came into the game at 81.6 from the line. He's hit 3 of 3 tonight. 15.9 points per game. That's second on the team behind Carter. 7.3 rebounds, second on the team behind Carter. One more shot here for Josh. He sets, he fires, and he gets it. 13 and a half for Oduro. Providence back up by 2. 13:07 to play on the clock. Jenkins has it between the circles. He touches it over to Conway. Back to Jenkins. High post for Soriano. Soriano shows it, drives it, pulls up from 17. Missed that one. Rebound tapped out and saved. Saved by Dingle. Out front now to Lewis. Lewis drives left, gets around, goes down low, puts it up off the glass. No. Rebound tip. No. Taken by Soriano. And what? Is it a foul? It's on Gaines.
Gaines. Yeah, they're getting all over the glass. St. John's Friars have to find a way to get a rebound.
Starting to play volleyball off the backboard.
Yeah, they're double digits now in offensive rebounds.
It's a second foul on Gaines and 3 on the Friars. 12 offensive rebounds, 12 for St. John's, and it puts Joel Soriano shooting 2. So he's hit 3 of 4 from the foul line, has 6 second-half points. And you got a chance to tie the score again here. Soriano's free throw is no good.
Boy, that was way off.
All right, time to ice the shooter.
Well, they got the ice cubes down underneath the baskets, the students.
Soriano, one more try at the line.
He's not going to miss 2 in a row.
I don't think so either. He takes a big breath, waist high, lets it fly. No good! Friars get the rebound.
That's why I said it. You know he's going to miss it.
Into the forecourt for Pierre. Drives right, dumps it off there.
Jaden Pierre drew the defense right there. Awesome play by Pierre. Got the ball down the floor quickly. Set up his teammate nicely.
See what kind of a swing that'll be. Friars go back up by 4. Jenkins comes off a high screen. High post for Soriano. Turns, looks to hand it off. The ball is stolen. Carter took it away. He drives on Jenkins, lays it up, and it goes in and out. Oh, my goodness, and Jenkins back the other way with the ball. Dingle, three-pointer left side is short. Rebound taken by the Friars.
Boy, Carter's having a tough time. He's got to just get a rhythm going. Just needs to make a shot.
I think he just needs to dunk one. Carter comes off the screen, runs into Oduro, goes right down the lane. Scores!
That's what good players do. You don't worry about misses. You just keep attacking the glass.
13 for Carter. Driving down the lane and angling right to the basket and laying again is R.J. Lewis.
He's a good scorer, that kid. He has one thing on his mind. He's just looking to score. He's not going to pass to anybody.
He's got 12 of the ball game for St. John. Stops the Friar run, 58-54. Providence lead is 4 with 11 and a half to play. Pierre.
Get the ball. You got to get the ball to Carter now. Make them double team.
Comes left to Carter. Oduro, left post. Backs his way on Soriano. Looking for the double team. Out to Pierre.
Shoot that, Pierre.
He should have shot it. Comes left for Carter. Carter in front of his bench. Going to drive with 1 on the shot clock. Goes up and got it blocked. And a shot clock violation.
Pierre's got to shoot that shot.
To shoot the ball. And Kim English has his hands out to the side looking at Jaden saying, dude, what are you doing? You got to shoot the ball.
The shot clock's at 6. You're wide open for 3. You got to take it.
Timeout with 11:13 to go. That's a big mistake. Friars lead by 4 from Learfield. This is Providence Friar basketball.
Your inbox tomorrow. Congratulations.
Man, just now time for the Friars.
Oh, man.
Everybody turn your attention to the video board and let's play along. Considering Allie told me 2 before the ball dropped out of 2, is that your final answer, Allie? 2? She's going with 2. Friar down and shoot right.
Come on, man. We got to get